we know the difficult decision you had with Matty Tell. Just what have you had to put your arm around Matty this week, and what's his reaction been like?
Of course, that's very, very tough for Matty. Just to make it clear, as I understand it, it's been my challenge was it could only be him or Dom. I couldn't swap another player in or out, because then I would have done it. Because I think Matty has done well for us in many ways. So it was him or Dom, and I chose Dom because I said that experience. He did luckily very well and all that. It's not the same that I don't like Matty at all. He started for the last 5. I think that's a clear signal that I also trust him and believe that he can do something good for the team and for the club. I actually think there is something that UEFA need to look into to modernize those rules in general. I think when they made the rules, we had 6 group stage games. Now we have 8. Before that, we had no games in January. Before that, a lot of the group stage was done after 4 games. Now with the new format, it's like to the end. You need to fight more or less every team. We also gone up from 3 to 5 substitution. That means you use more games. In general, the matches just keep creeping up. For the Euros and the World Cup, bigger squads. So I think we need to look into it. Also, the changes we can do after January. Now I think it's only 3. I can't see why that shouldn't be more. Why you can't change during if you have injuries. And how you. We're not the only club who is struggling with this. Definitely not. And I know that Johan brought it up to the Premier League meeting last year. So I think that's something we need to look into, which would have helped the situation with Matty. And going back to that, of course, there is. It's a football decision. It happens. It's not that I think it's nice to make that decision, but I try to take the best decision for the team every single time. Unfortunately, it impacts people, impact Matty in this case, and of course we need to get around him.
Great. Can I just ask about one of his, I think, good friends, given their French and the 21 team together, Wilson Odobet? He's someone who's really come to the fore in the last few weeks, particularly playing out on that right-hand side. When you sort of speak to people about him, he seems like quite a quiet character off the pitch.
Wilson? Yeah.
Wilson. That's fair. He's clearly got a lot of talent. It's one of your biggest challenges, sort of getting the confidence into him to go and really show what he can do.
Yeah, I think he played a good game against Dortmund. I think he was really lively. I think he created 2 goals, had 2 assists. Really strong his 1v1. I thought his defensive side of the game was good as well. How can we get that consistency into him? Because I think he scored a Villa goal and one in the Copenhagen, I think, also in Champions League. So, but also I think he actually played more minutes to could have produced even more. But I think overall his season, there's more positive in my head, more positive actions, more positive situations, and he just needs to keep going.
And in the last few weeks, months, with the stormy weather, as you put it, I mean, what has that taught you about yourself and your players?
I think the players are strong personalities. I think it's a big task to ask them, but it's about that, to be able to keep the noise out and keep going no matter what, and focus on what you can affect. Same with myself. It's of course there's a few more questions about how can you say, negative situations or whatever, instead of just talking football or more positive things, and that's part of it in this world. When it's not going the way you exactly want it sometimes. Said we work very hard every day to make sure that we do the right things and keep progressing.
Lastly, can I just check on Bissouma back?
Yeah.
He was taken ill and went to hospital. It sounds quite worried when you read it, but he's now back here. Is he available?
Yeah, he's back here. He's back here. And was on the pitch today to do a little bit, and is ready to train tomorrow and ready to selection for selection for Saturday.
Hi Thomas, what's your relationship like with Bissouma now?
I think that's been fine along the way. He's been pretty unlucky with injuries, more or less throughout the season. So now he's back, trained very well today. I think he had a good impact when he came on the pitch against West Ham. So I'll say fine.
Because I mean, he didn't play obviously in between that whole period. You dropped from the squad for your first game, didn't see him again for a long time. And is it fair to say he was sort of being punished during that period? He was out of the picture because of that, or was it also injuries?
I know those clear injuries. He made a mistake. That was a consequence of that. After that, he got injured literally 2 days after in training. That's why he was out of the squad.
So it wasn't a kind of ongoing.
No, it was injury. Yeah.
And I mean, obviously he's one of those players who seems to have a very high ceiling. You know, when he's on it, he's a real top player. But I think managers have found it difficult. Other managers before you have found it difficult to kind of get that consistency out of him.
No, Bissouma has a great top ceiling. I think his qualities we can all see on the ball, really want the ball, constantly seeking it, looking forward, driving forward, very good technical abilities, physical stature, strong player. So I agree, it's the best players, they can consistently perform day in, day out, years or years. So that's what he needs to find.
What's his status now though? I mean, his contract's out in the summer, and is he for sale this month? Is he an important player for you in the second half of the season? Or where does he sit on that spectrum?
I would say it's fair to say that we are not that many players, and he's a good player, and he did very well against West Ham. So he's a Tottenham player, and the only thing we are focusing on is he available for Burnley on Saturday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
On the subject of not many players, there's sort of stories about an interest from France. You've got a couple of players on loan. Is there any scope to wriggle and change things, do you think?
No, the players we have in our squad we need to keep to have enough players to play with and perform with, because one thing is the Dortmund game where we had not had that many available players. It's difficult to change the game if you need it or keep the freshness up. And you can see we put Junai on, which was lovely, by the way, and I think he did fantastic. And I think it was clearly a player with a big potential, but also putting Pedro into the midfield. So you need to be a little bit creative sometimes. So and the good thing is we have definitely more players available for Saturday, but we need all the players available.
And when you talk about Mickey, as you were talking about him, they're an important player for Tottenham now and for the future. Is there any progress on his contract? Is that something that you think you should prioritise?
That I don't know, if I'm honest. But definitely a player we should prioritise. Definitely for me, Mickey is a key player for this team and this club, and hopefully for many years to come.
He's there till 29 already. Would you like to see that sort of?
Yeah, I think he got everything what it takes to be a even better player, and he can help us to. No doubt, he can help us to get us to where we want to be, also in the future.
And finally, if I may, can I just ask? After West Ham game, it left you 10 points clear of the bottom three. I think it's took you 9 off the top 5. Do you feel the mood was so end of days? Do you feel like you were in a relegation fight at the moment, or you might get drawn into one, or is that not happening?
Nah, just the only thing I'm focusing on is let's perform against Burnley on Saturday. Put a top performance out there, win the game, and then the next game after that is Frankfurt in the Champions League. That's what I'm focusing on.
Last season we all saw sort of Europe carried the club, and the Premier League form just went.
Yeah.
At one point, sort of almost given up on.
Yeah.
But last season the bottom 3 were gone almost.
Yeah.
This year they're not. What would happen if the Premier League form goes like that?
No, but our Premier League form, we need to pick it up. So that's nothing I'm how can you say, thinking about that it should gone. I think the only thing we need to do is to get momentum in the Premier League, perform and win on Saturday, and then take from there. Thank you.
To finish, please.
Thomas, on the UEFA squad rules you mentioned, you said that Johan had brought up the Premier League meeting. Do other Premier League clubs feel the same way and then just go to UEFA about it? 'Cause the points you make are right, the competition has grown, injuries are going one way.
I don't know exactly if other Premier League clubs feel the same, but I could imagine they would be happy to have more players available as an opportunity. I don't know who is impacting the UEFA, but we definitely should try to do that because I think it is an issue also for how can I say player health in general.
Thanks. Do you think the, sorry Thomas, to put on that point, do you think the other European countries would feel the same way?
The other European countries? I think there's definitely the other top teams in the other leagues also play a lot of games. I know we play in general more over here. France also have 2 cup tournaments, don't they, and so on. So yeah, I definitely think there could be something in that as well.
So just on Matty, you didn't actually say what his reactions have been like this week. How?
No, of course he was disappointed. That's natural. I completely understand him. He's disappointed, but he's been very professional. I said that before. He's got a strong character.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.